All right. So I cracked myself up there, which is a good thing because I'm the last person left in LA. The people in this studio, it's like one of those apocalyptic zombie movies. Look at this. If you're watching, you got to look at this picture of the traffic leaving LA yesterday. It's unbelievable. I mean, that is what Los Angeles looks like the day. What is 2 days before Thanksgiving? This is the other thing about Hollywood. Nobody does any work here, so it's like basically as the weekend approaches, it's always 2 days before. Look at that. Look at that. As Jess was saying, if we put some green in there, it'd be Christmas, right? It's like, it really is. That is really something else. I didn't see any of it. Did you guys get caught in this at all? No, yeah, so it's a trick. Just stay off the freeways and you'll be fine. So we are here by ourselves in LA. It's now a completely empty city, except for those guys shuffling around eating people's brains. And it's Thanksgiving. There's not that much news going on. I see people like reporting things like, some guy hung up on Trump or something like this. I just think like please, there's no news. So we're going to talk about, it really is true. If all you did was listen to the media and get on social media and listen to the news, you would think this year had been one crisis after another. But in fact, it's been really good. It's not so much, So I thought I would talk about some of the things that I'm thankful for. And I think, listen, gratitude is the key to happiness. I mean, everybody will tell you this. This is not an original thought. But, the first prayer I ever said, the first serious prayer I ever said as I was converting was, thank you, God. That was it. That was the first prayer I ever said. Transformed my life. It actually did. Actually, the next day I woke up and I felt so connected to the world. And so, because, I mean, if you're not dying, if you're not ill, which is a terrible thing, and if you're not starving, which obviously is a terrible thing, and if you're, you've got something in your life that you love or someone in your life that you love, you have to be grateful to connect to it. Otherwise, it just disappears. It really is. So I'm going to talk about some of obviously the political things that I'm thankful about, but I do want to start out, and I don't want to do this in a sentimental way, but I do want to start out by saying I am really thankful for all of you guys who are watching or listening to this. Yesterday, I asked people if they would show up and give me a little hand with Another Kingdom, bolster it up a little bit, and they sent it up. It's like number 14 on the arts list and all these, I'm really grateful. I really am. And I'm grateful for doing this. I mean, I love doing this. I did not know. I did this as a flyer. I did it because I really love Jeremy Borean. Don't tell him I said this. If you tell him I said this, I'm going to call you a liar. But I just think Jeremy Borean, the God King of the Daily Wire, great guy. Really, really fond of Shapiro. I know. I like Shapiro more than Shapiro likes Shapiro. Shapiro's not allowed to like Shapiro, but I like Shapiro. And they said, come on over. We were doing this at Truth Revolt, and they said, come on over and do this. And I just thought, I'll take a crack at it. It's like, I had plenty of work to do, so I wasn't like really looking for it. But I have been shocked at how much fun it is and how creative it is. I mean, that's always the thing. Like my whole thing is making stuff. I like to make stuff. And I didn't think this was going to be like making stuff. I was afraid it would just be blathering, but it really has. Some of these shows have been, really creative, really have informed what I'm writing about and thinking about. And it's just, I don't know. It just has been a terrific thing. And, the other thing that I was so afraid, this is really true. When we lost Truth Revolt, I was so afraid that I wouldn't have a voice in the election, that the election would come and go and I wouldn't have anything to say. Instead, we were in the thick of it, and I was wrong about a lot of things, and everybody was wrong about a lot of things, but still, I was really glad I had something to say because, it is not enough. We always talk about how we're this smash mouth site and we're fighting the left and we're melting the snowflakes, but it's not enough to fight the left. It's not enough to expose the left's lies. You have to express your truth. You have to say why you believe what you believe and what it is that we believe. And I think that we all have a sort of place in this. The way the Daily Wire works, we have Shapiro who kind of deconstructs the news and looks at each thing in a very insightful way, and I kind of take a bigger cultural and spiritual look. And I don't know what Knowles does. What is? They don't pay him, do they? No, I don't know what he still must be doing something, but I have no idea. But anyway, I think it's not just saying they're wrong, because ultimately that's an empty way to fight, because they'll win. They will win if we don't say why the right is right. And I just think I am genuinely grateful for that.